Do you get tired of always trying to come up with new content ideas? I mean, geez, how much content do you have to create and how in the world does anybody think of enough ideas? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you my favorite way to go about coming up with new ideas for content. I'm Lori and I help service providers strengthen their brand so they can make more impact and more money. Okay, so let's talk about coming up with content ideas. I mean, there are so many different types of content you need to come up with, right? Now, obviously, you don't have to do it all. You don't have to create videos. You don't have to write blogs. You don't have to post on every social media platform. But you do need to be doing something. You need to be creating some kind of content so that you're putting yourself in front of your ideal audience. So how do you come up with these content ideas? Well, my very favorite way to do it is by searching. Okay, now I don't necessarily mean on Google. My two favorite places to search are YouTube and Facebook. Now, I'm much more of a Facebook user than I am an Instagram user. If you're more of an Insta user, I'm sure that you could do the exact same thing in Instagram and come up with a lot of content ideas as well. But what I like to do is just make sure I have a list of the broad topics that I can talk about, and then I'll go into either Facebook or YouTube and I'll go into the search function. Now, in Facebook, it's much easier for me to do this if I'm in a group that is full or has a lot of my potential best clients, my ideal clients. So I'll go into that group and then I'll use the little search function and I'll just type the broad thing that I want to talk about into the search function. On YouTube, you would just type this into the regular YouTube search function and see what comes up. You're going to have ideas. First of all, people who in Facebook have asked a question with your topic keyword in it, you'll be able to start seeing those questions that have been asked. If there's one person out there asking a question that you can answer, you can guarantee that there are more. Now, I'm not saying that you should look at the answers that were given and try to formulate your answer the way it was given to the person who asked the question as you found it. But if you can answer that question in any way, write it down. Make sure that you're keeping a list of these questions that you're seeing asked. If you're on YouTube, what you can look for is the videos that were created answering a question or on a topic that have a lot of interactions. They either have a lot of views or they have a lot of comments, because you know that those are the ones that people are gravitating toward. So if you can just write down what the question is or what the topic is and know that you can put your own spin on it, put your own answer to it, and make your own content, then you will never have, and you'll have like an endless supply. You'll never have problems coming up with content ideas again. I mean, just think about how many different questions there are about every single topic, right? And just because you've made a video on a topic before or you've posted about it before doesn't mean that every person in your audience saw it. It's very possible that they weren't in your audience when you did it before. It's also very possible that they just missed it. Even if you sent it out in an email, do you open every single email that you get and read it? I know I don't. So it's possible that they missed it, or it's possible that if you put something on one of the social media platforms, that the algorithm just made it miss them, right? Because we all know that the algorithm only shows what you post to a few people. So you need to consistently revisit the topics. Even if you've already visited them before, created content around them before, you can create new content. And probably the way you say it the second time is not going to be exactly the way you said it the first time. And just that little tweak of how you said it, or that little bit of information you included, or the example you used that time, really strikes a chord with somebody, whereas maybe they even watched the first video and they liked it, but nothing struck a chord with them. So just make sure that you are being conversational, continue talking about everything that you're doing, all the questions that you can answer, and just search for your topics on either social media that you're using a lot, Facebook or Instagram. You can search for hashtags on Instagram as well and just see what types of content other people are sharing. Again, remember to make sure that you're looking at the statistics and seeing how many people are interacting with the content, because you don't just want to pick something that because you saw it on YouTube, but there's like 13 views of the video, right? So you want to make sure that you're picking something that a lot of people have said, ooh, this is something I'm interested in. Put your spin on it as well, and then you have a never-ending list of content ideas. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope it helps you start making a list so that you can consistently create that content that puts you in front of your audience, that gets you known by more and more people, grows your authority, and helps you grow your business. I do a video here every week. I'm glad you're here. If you like this video, give it a like or subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.